I am so happy today. We have sunshine, 12 degrees. It's warming up. You might have seen the trip here was a bit scary. The rain we've had this year has been so bad. It's actually quite dry here, but certain areas of the hedgerows are absolutely boggy. Now, I have made this video twice already. The first time it was so windy I couldn't hear myself on the recording, and the second time the recording for some reason was in double speed, so again no good. But I almost got stuck the last time. So just up there you might have noticed I went through quite quickly. It's clearly a wet spot, and the truck stopped as I was going through the mud and I couldn't get out. I tried four-wheel drive, low, high, and the wheels were caked. I'll put a video, I'll add a video so you can see it, but it was scary. I thought I'm gonna have to call the farmer. He's gonna pull me out. It's on a Sunday. He's probably having his dinner. And then I put it into reverse and it reversed out. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't go forward, but I reversed back and I was able to drive around it. I tell you, that is the scariest thing for a beekeeper. If you don't have a four-wheel drive, do check with the farmer if they're able to pull you out. If you try it in a car, you might not make it. But this was not here a week ago. This is oilseed rape. This is just ballooned up, and I can't believe it. This whole field here is for my bees. So since she was last here, I've got some more hives, more hive stands. So these hive stands are slightly thinner. So they are 1 meter by 1.2 meters by 800 centimeters. So these are good for 2 hive stands. So instead of having 4 like this, I'm just going to have 2 hives. I'll potentially have some hive stands there and 2 here, or maybe even 2 here and 2 here, and then this apiary will be fully complete. Unfortunately, we had some winter losses, so these 2 have died. These 2 I was sure wouldn't make it. I was sure they wouldn't make it, but that one looks like it's got some bees on it. I'm not seeing anything here. And these 2, wow, they're bringing in plenty of pollen. That's a really good sign. So it means the queen's alive, and it is yellow pollen, so it's probably the oilseed rape. Both of these were hugely productive hives last year. And here we have the nuke and the other hive, which was a little bit small going into winter, so I wasn't sure if these 2 would make it. Extremely surprised about this one, because this one was a huge hive last year. Huge. It had 6 supers on it, but they didn't make it. So, and it's full of stores. It's full of food. So it is still cold. It's 12 degrees, and I'm not expecting them to do much with that oilseed rape there. Not for another couple of weeks. So my job today is to put some feeders on. Now my feeders are these ones. These are all cleaned. These are my new favourite feeders, and they go over the crown board, and the bees could come up through here. But they also have these cool corners, so even though these hives are not perfectly level, they can actually come up through underneath, over the top, and actually drink the syrup that goes up through there into that chamber. So if the hive is slightly wonky, not exactly level like this, the syrup will actually go into one of these corners and they can still access it. Primarily up through here, but they can go into the corners. The downside is putting this directly on top of the crown board exposes this part. So what I've got are these empty supers. These are polystyrene supers, and they go over the top of this. Also act as an insulation as well. So we're going to give them this, and then potentially maybe one feed, which is, I think is about 5 litres in here. I'm just going to put half a feeder in each hive for now, because I think the weather is going to get colder over the next week. So they're going to take that syrup down, help build the brood nest, and then hopefully I can be here with empty supers to collect that. So let's get the smoker lit and let's get into the hives. Okay, golden rule when you're asking your farmer to use his land, you have to first respect it, but more importantly, you need to know if there is at least 2 ways of getting in and out. So because that way was still too wet, I'm actually going to go out that way. If you're just finding it a little bit too wet, then perhaps there is a better way. And so I actually have a way of going out through that field there onto that main road over there, and I'm not going to destroy the field any more than I need to. There's actually another way where I can go all the way around the field up to the top, but I haven't been that way this year and I really don't want to risk it, but I do know that that is quite dry. Now I've got the smoker lit. That is not actually to do an inspection, it is too cold. It's just to let them know when I remove the roof that I'm actually here to give them some food. I do not want them to act aggressive because they are building up the brood nest. They'll be in protection mode. I actually thought this one had died. That's why I left the mouse guard on. Unless it has died and these are just robbers. So maybe we'll take a peek. This one doesn't look like there's any activity, so we'll go ahead and take a look at this one since we're already here. So they are here. They are going up through the entrance now. So they're eating the fondant. That's pretty dry actually. Let's have a look at the brood nest. That's why I really like these clear perspex crown boards. Now of course I can only tell you the size from the top, so it's from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames of bees so far. So this will be the first candidate. There's some sugar syrup. And the nice thing about these polystyrene feeders is that I've got all the supers in cardboard boxes. Sorry, super frames in cardboard boxes, brand new ones. It's a lot easier to stack them in cardboard boxes than it is to put all the supers in here when you're coming to apiary. So when the bees are ready, I can take the feeder out and put fresh frames in, and hopefully they'll be able to pull that quite quickly. It just literally sits underneath like that. So down there. That's the hole. So what I'll do is go like that. And then I know how much of the syrup I have. I have about 30-40 litres in the truck. I'll know which hive to give the most syrup to based on the size of the cluster. So if I filled this one up and there's another hive that probably needs it more, I'll give it to the other hive, just to make sure if there's any starvation risk. And once I put the syrup in, I can still put this over the top. That will protect, that will just insulate. So let's go have a look at this one. This one was quite a productive hive last year. Gets full sun. So they've eaten all the fondant. Eating all the fondant. I've got my my knife. Looks like when I made this when I made this, didn't leave enough, so I just tear a little bit. Now that means the hole is here and here, but that's okay, they'll still come up. So let's just take a quick peek at the brood nest. Full. All the way across. That is an excellent sign. Beautiful colour. Considering none of these bees know me, they were most likely not alive last autumn, so yeah, let's go again. The battery died. I had to charge you in the car. A few changes. You can see the nuke that was there is now a hive. It did go up to 14 degrees, so when I opened up the roof it was jammed. That didn't work. The battery died again, so I've got you connected to the car now. So it was 14 degrees and the nuke was transferred to a full hive of the same colour as the nuke. I inspected it, it was dead, there was no stores, mouldy pollen, so they didn't have enough food, so I felt safe to use the old box. Transferred them over, saw the queen, she's huge, so very happy with that, but I'm more worried that in the next couple of weeks, as they start the 2 or 3 frames of eggs I saw will start to hatch, become baby bees, and they will be far too cramped and potentially a swarm risk. So I transferred those across. I took several frames of honey that were still sealed from another hive I've been keeping safe, and I put those in. So now they have their original 6 frames plus 4 frames of stores. I've kept all the frames the same order as they came out, with the food on one side. so I haven't put the brood in the middle. I've left it right up against the wall, so I feel that that will keep them the warmest. And yeah, over there those ones did actually perish, unfortunately. There's only one, but they've all had a full feeder of syrup. So now we're finished. Just need to tidy up a little bit, get some of these things. I have to come with the lawnmower and the strimmer, get this cleared away, and then I need to try to navigate my way through that field over there. Wish me luck.